So this is Rahul here, and I'm with Kumaresh right now. And Kumaresh is going to be talking about polymers as such,
Yes.
right? So Kumaresh, tell me, what will we study in this chapter as such?
We will study about different polymers like natural polymers, synthetic polymers, semi-synthetic polymers, like rubber, and like rubber is a natural polymer, and
Okay.
it can be made synthetically also. And then we will study about how vulcanization affects properties of rubber and all
Okay.
different compounds.
Alright, so these are the things that we'll cover in this. Now, tell me this, from the JE point of view, where do students mess up in this chapter? Where do they make mistakes? Where do they tend to go wrong, as we call them?
Yes, they forgot the reactions. Like you have to remember the monomers of different reactions. Like all of the reactions are important in this case.
Okay, so we need to remember them. So this has got more to do with remembering the theory
Yes.
than just with the practice that
Yes,
you entail.
exactly.
Alright. Now, tell me something fascinating about polymers. Like, it seems like a boring, dry subject, right?
Yes, I'll teach you. The first example is as polythene. It is and its monomer is ethene.
Alright.
Like, ethene is a gas.
Ethene's a gas, yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
But polythene is a
Solid.
yes.
Alright, oh, that sounds interesting. So we
Yes.
just stuck bits of ethene together
Yes.
and we got a solid.
Yes.
Are you serious about this?
Yes.
So somebody decided that at some point of time, there's a gas, which is ethene, and if we stick it together and if we find a way to stick it together, we're going to get a solid out of it. And who would have thought that sticking all of these together would result in a polymer or a compound, or however we choose to call it, something that is so useful and so ubiquitously used. Like even the recorder that I'm carrying right now is something that's made of bakelite, which itself is a polymer,
Yes.
right? And which itself is basically a bunch of gases stuck together. And it's incredible to think of the fact that you could have a gas which is moving around and you put it through certain reactions and you get something as solid as this reactor or as this recorder. I'm sorry, not a reactor, because that isn't really happening here. Even though there's a battery which is reacting to produce acid in this. But something as solid as this, or the switches that you see, or like the poly bag that we have everywhere around us. And it's incredible as to how human ingenuity has led us to the stage where we can convert substances which we once just thought of as gases into absolute solid objects. Regardless of its importance in terms of how many questions come for it, I genuinely think that polymer science is something that's very fascinating.
Yes. This is very
So-
interesting chapter if you will study. If you will genuinely study it.
Alright, and you should look up other resources related to it, and I'm sure you'll find a lot of fascinating things about the usage of polymers, because these are new age materials that are being used to create the kind of things that we could never create before. With this, I think we should jump into the questions now, because that is what is important for you to understand from the point of view of a competitive examination.
Yes.
So let's move to the questions.
Yes.
Alright.